Hi everyone, and welcome to Storytime with Kate. One of the roles of educators in early childhood education and care is to promote physical activity and talk to children about their bodies. Quite often I notice that students who are only starting working in early childhood education and care are not really familiar with the ways or strategies to promote these discussions or how to even approach this task. I'll give you some examples. Imagine that child is doing exercises, which means just being active, being a child outside. For example, they're climbing, they're running around, they're playing chases, they're exploring the outside area or the park. And you notice that the child is a little bit out of breath in a healthy way and holding their chest like this or their tummy. This is the opportunity for teachable moment to talk about how you might feel your heart and it's beating real fast. And this is one of the ways to discuss that actually it is good for you to run, and it's good for you sometimes to have this elevated heartbeat. You're not only talking about how our body works, we're also introducing new vocabulary, and this is intentional teaching. Another example, children might be going through an obstacle course, and you might see how they're stretching and how they're trying to use their big muscles. So you might introduce gross motor skills and name them. For example, you might go over something and you might stretch your legs, you might stretch your arms for younger children, and for older children you can start naming the body parts and different muscles. So it's also quite interesting. They love listening to new words and learning them. Next thing you can do is when, let's say, you are intentional. So that means that you are running a group time and you are using songs that are inviting children to think about their bodies. For example, heads and shoulders, knees and toes. That's a typical song that I hear a lot in early childhood education and care centers. Lots of other songs for children are actually tackling this understanding of your body and body parts. So you just need to choose and find the songs that are about our body. So head and shoulders, knees and toes will actually be great for toddlers, will be amazing for kinders. And you can extend it a little bit, asking them to touch your shoulder. Yes, so touch your right shoulder. So this is crossing the body line. Stretch your right hand up and stretch your left hand up as well. So you can talk about elbows, you can talk about knees a little bit more, how they're important. You can invite them to feel how they work. And that's quite interesting as well. When children are listening to the story or singing a song with you during group time, you can read books about how bodies work, which is obviously intentional teaching, or you can use the books that you already have to draw children's attention to the movements in these books. For example, ask them, do you think this character is skipping or frolicking or running? What are they doing? And I think they're getting healthy like that. They're getting active. How do you get active? So that's more intentional. You might ask them if they enjoy activity as well, which is very important to create this sense of happiness when you exercise. You can talk about how when I exercise, give you examples, I become really happy. I smile and I feel like on top of the world. So modeling is very, very important. So when I work with children, I'm very active and my Fitbit is going crazy. That's another way. So you need to model, and this advice for preschoolers will be amazing way. So you can get a pacemaker or simple devices like this and introduce them to children to demonstrate how their body works. Finally, there are intentional songs that are talking about body organs and how body function. For example, one of my favorite songs is by Lightning Creek. It's from the album Everyday Songs, and it talks about how my heart, my blood goes around and around and around. My blood goes around and around and around. My blood goes around and around and around. And my heart goes pumpity, thump, thump, thumpity, thump, thump, thumpity, thump. And this song actually talks about my brain, my lungs, and all the other wonderful organs that we have. I hope you enjoyed this video. How do you support children's understanding of their body and how it works in promoting physical activity?